So that's, whoops, that's essentially it, team, in a nutshell on how to get this started. When we start building out the shadows in our face, we can go ahead and you can all for it if you want to trace out the shadows here, or you might just use them as a basis, like what I perhaps did here. You might also kind of, oh, I think that this would be better as a larger highlight. And making sure you're in your proper layer because I am not right now. So this could be potentially that loose guide. And then once we start building out more and more, we might adjust a little bit. Okay, I don't really like how this is coming up here. It kind of creates an odd cheek shape. So that's where I'm going to go and manipulate. So start a little bit loose if you can on the face, on the facial structure, on the shadowing. You might want to do an integration of, I've got a piece here ready. Goodness. Highlights with more distinct shapes and integrating gradients as well. You're more than welcome to do that. Obviously, really anything goes from a sense of vector. So this is also where those global colors are going to come in handy. It's now I can actually go and adjust how I want. See, something along those lines. Okay, team. So swatches, building out those shadows. Again, you might start a little bit sharper. Like say, for instance, here I have some really sharp shadows, but if I want them to be a little bit looser, a little bit softer, I might just want to go in and maybe round out some of those corners so they turn a little gentler on the face. But again, it's totally up to you. And then you just keep kind of hiding that picture and giving yourself a quick gauge as to what's working, what's not, what do I need to adjust. And I've mentioned many, many times in regards to give it a chance. I'm just going to show you for a moment. Like, look at how weird this looks. Like, I'm not sure who that person is. When you turn your eyelashes off, it certainly doesn't look like me. If I turn the eyes off, it doesn't look like me. So you'd be surprised at those, I always find it funny, at those little details and what they can do to a face. So literally, these are just two little black dots. And at stage one, you're like, this doesn't look like anything or anyone. Suddenly it looks like it. Same with that. Whoopsies, turn the wrong one off. This looks like a different character in a movie, potentially. Now that looks a little bit more like me. So give it a good chance as you start to illustrate and build out those pieces. In the next, I'd say, week or so, I think getting to a stage where we have some rough shapes, some rough shadows. We have maybe our tones ready. You can start there. And if this is a wild color palette that you want to use, so if this is going to be my base color, let's say I want to go and have a bright blue face. And that's going to be my pickoff point. That's going to be my base color for the face. Gonna go ahead and add that. Again, double click, I'm gonna make it a global. And then I can really just utilize this. Maybe make a darker tone. Highlight here. Go a little darker. And again, continue to build until you have a nice solid range of, I'd say, 6 to 10 colors that you can utilize for all sorts of different shade, all different levels of shadows and shades. When we build out the face, it might come to a point where you're like, oh, I need a little bit more, and you might go ahead and adjust one, and that's totally fine. But having these readily available at your fingertips are going to be super helpful down the line. Do we have any questions on that? Yes, please, Princess.